All right, welcome to part two of creating content, except now I'm not in pajamas and I'm not in the middle of the night, and you could probably hear my kids whining behind me, but they're fine, so let's do this. So I'm revisiting some of the posts. I already made Monday's post because we're already well into Monday now, but I am going to go ahead and begin the process of actually starting to edit some of these things. So we made the post. If you haven't watched that video, go back in and watch the other video. But this is just me editing the content that I've already made. The rule of thumb typically, like these are pretty short, so I'm not super worried about any of these. But the longer ones, the rule of thumb is to try to cut it in half. And I really just kind of got all my thoughts down. And so being able to kind of go through and re-edit it so that it looks good and it flows smoother will be really, really helpful. So let's start at the beginning. So tomorrow I'm going to make a post. The headline on it will be, if your business had a theme song, what would it be? If you had to pick a theme song for your business, what song would encapsulate the total vibe? Put the link to the song in the comments. I like that. I've already done it in another group. It worked really well, so I want to kind of do that here too. Follow train, promote your biz here, right? This is your opportunity to promote your business. Put one comment below pitching your business and dropping links. If you see something that's interesting to you, click the links to give them a follow, or feel free to reach out. Let's get everyone more biz. Love it. So this one, ever feel like your business is your baby? That one I'm not super sold on, so I want to kind of change that. But let's kind of work through here first. Okay, so I just got a little baby down for a nap, so awesome. Okay, let's get back into this. So we have most mompreneurs tend to equate the work that they put into their business, into building their business, as the same work they put into building up the children. I don't like that anymore. Now that I'm looking back at it, it's going to be illusion. Blah, 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 blah. Like growing a baby, your business. Okay. You can cloud by the direction of your business and getting a development that it needs to actually serve a purpose. In other words, not serving anybody. Okay. All right. So let's la da da. I'm just getting rid of all that because that was just fluff. Okay. This is where it's getting good. I actually want to just start with this. So let's do, you're at a birthday party and your child's running all over the place, causing a mess and being noisy. People tell you about the problem, but instead of correcting it and helping your children become useful, you get defensive. As moms, it's easy to want to defend the things that we work so hard to grow and nurture, but sometimes we have to be willing to say, I can do better. And the same is true on our businesses. Bam! Love it. Instead of thinking about all the work you've put into your business, let's do thinking about the work, be thinking about the work you put into your business. Find all the ways that it's causing a mess, being noisy, and running around. Then work towards discipline, facilitating direction, and helping the business grow into something great. That's where it needs a little work. Okay, so say the same is true for our business. And then I'm going to say I have found, because again, we don't want to sound arrogant, right? So I have found that instead, I have found that when I'm able to identify or find, right? Find all the ways that my business is quote unquote misbehaving, I am better able to actually work on discipline, facilitating direction, and developing the business into something great. Sounds much better. Okay, this is how legacies are born, both in our children and our businesses. Which one do you feel you need to having discipline in business? Okay, so this question, this call to action can definitely be better. So I think I want to see is like, do you resonate with this, right? So ever feel like your business is your baby? You're at a birthday party and your child is running all over the... I would say maybe you're at a birthday party and your child's running all over the place, causing a mess and being noisy. People tell you about the problem. My 2-year-old's fussing now. Okay, so you're at a birthday party, your child's running all over the place, causing a mess and being noisy. People tell you about the problem, but instead of correcting and helping your child become useful, you get defensive. As moms, it's easy to want to defend the things that we work so hard to grow and nurture, but sometimes we have to be willing to say, I can do better. And same is true on our businesses. So instead of I can do better, let's do they can do better, right? And the same is true in our businesses. So like we're kind of equating like the children can do better and our business can do better. Okay, the same is true in our businesses. I found that when I'm able to find the ways that my business is misbehaving, I'm better able to actually work on discipline, facilitating direction, and developing the business into something great. Um, this is how legacies are born, both in our children and our businesses. So I want to say something like, in what ways were you able to open up and diagnose an issue in your business, right? Something along those lines is kind of what I want to kind of portray here. So let's do something like, um, oh, and you know what we could do here? So instead of ever feel like your business is your baby, we could do like, why your business needs a parent. It's like, wait, what? What does that even mean? And then they read it and they're like, oh, I get it, right? And then so at the bottom, we can kind of tie all that in. So let's say something like, um, let's do something like, um, in what ways have you been lacking on parenting your business? Or, but I don't, let's change that because I don't like that. So, um, or let's say, what parenting advice would be helpful to grow your business? Or what parenting advice would you give to the owner of your business? I like that. That could be interesting. See what people come up with. I like it. Okay. So then Friday, it's template time. So this is, there we go. Ever spent hours trying to create thumbnails, graphics, ads, or email sequences? I have that covered. Today we are releasing our proven templates. So I don't want to use that. So we're going to say, I'm going to say these same templates that the same templates I use to give you access. Okay, so today we are releasing the same templates I use to give you access. I use the same. Okay, today we are releasing the same templates I use to give you access to already created email sequences, ads, graphics, thumbnails, and scripts, and more. Same templates I use. In this course, I give you access to already, there we go. Today we're releasing the same templates I use. In this course, I give you access to already created email sequences, ads, graphics, thumbnails, scripts, and more. All you have to do is plug and play. Seriously, I don't think I could have made it any easier for you unless I made the entire thing myself, or um, unless I plugged your information in myself. So get it now in the classroom for only 15 bucks. P.S. This living course will always be updating, adding more stuff to it, and it only costs the one-time fee. What templates would you specifically like to see inside? Cool. I like that. So Saturday, how I made my business a game I never want to stop playing. Ever play a game for hours, grinding in order to get more powerful so that you can beat the boss and win? How cool would it be if you could do that, except winning means making 5K per month? I don't like that. How cool would it be? Let's just get rid of this. So, ever play a game for hours, grinding in order to get more powerful so that you can beat the boss and win? Well, what if you turned your business into a game so that you could do just that? Hear me out. Gamification makes everything way more fun. So what are the things that you know okay, see, that doesn't flow well. So gamification makes things way more fun. So what are the things that you know you should be doing and would move your business forward, but you're not doing them because, well, they're boring? Okay, so gamification makes things way more fun. which means that the boring stuff actually gets done. And then we could say here, like making content. Um, and then I'm trying to give tactical hints here, but I would say you can either time yourself and beat your previous record to see how much content you can make within a certain time period. I would say you can time yourself, not either, right? And then we could do don't forget to reward yourself at the end of each content session with a special prize when you beat your previous record. Doing outreach, one of the ways that I've... Okay, so we can just get rid of this first thing. Doing outreach, get on a Zoom call with others, set a timer and see how many people can do the most outreach in the time set. Make it a competition amongst friends. If you're not able to do that, you can also just make a... You can also... Let's get rid of the word just. You can also make it a competition against yourself. Try to beat your own record. Try to beat your record. Okay. And every time you do, celebrate with pizza party. Cool. Sales follow-up. Sales are keep follow-ups. Keep trying. Let's see. Sales follow-ups. We're just going to say the follow-up is so important. So use a tracker. And every time you make a sale, celebrate with something fun. I like to have a celebratory sushi session to make getting sales more fun than they already are. You don't need to do all that. It also makes the follow-up more enticing because I know that if I do get more, I'll get more sales. I would just stick with that. Okay, cool. Which of these three do you struggle with the most, and how can you make it more fun? So see, we've literally taken these things and we're like almost cutting these in half. So it's just way, way better. This one I want to... Okay, cool. So let's go back up. Let's start them over. So, okay, so Tuesday, which is tomorrow, if your business has a theme song, what would it be? If you had to pick a theme song for your business, what song would encapsulate the total vibe? Put the link in the comments. I like that. Wednesday, follow, try, and promote your business here. This is your opportunity to promote your business. Put one comment below, pitching your business and dropping links. If you see something that's interesting to you, click the links to give them a follow or free to reach out. Let's get everyone more business. Thursday, why your business needs a parent. Why your business needs a parent. You're at a birthday party and your child's running all over the place, causing a mess and being noisy. People tell you about the problem, but instead of correcting and helping your child become useful, you get defensive. As moms, it's easy to want to defend the things that we work so hard to grow and nurture, but sometimes we have to be willing to say they can do better. And the same is true in our business. I found that when I'm able to find all the ways that my business is misbehaving, I'm better able to actually work on discipline, facilitating direction, developing the business, and it's something great. That is how legacies are born, both in our children and our businesses. What parenting advice would you give to the owner of your business? Love it. So let's actually, not why your business needs a parent, because I know I just changed that. This is, I think, going to be the hardest one for me. But the headline should say something that gets people psyched about wanting to read it, but also kind of explains it in like a one short sentence. So why your business needs a parent. I don't like that. Let's do... let's say... why these three No, as I'm not really listing anything out. Let's do something like find ways that my business is misbehaving and better able to. Um, Advice would you give the owner of your business? If you, no, uh, you're, I'm going to say something like, here's how to let go when your business feels like your child or feels like your baby. Do how to let go when your business feels like your baby. You're at a birthday party and your child is running all over the place, causing a mess and being noisy. People tell you about the problem, but instead of correcting and helping your child become useful, you get defensive. As moms, it's easy to want to defend the things that we work so hard to grow and nurture, but sometimes we have to be willing to say they can do better. The same is true in our businesses. I have found out that when I have found out when I'm able, I found out when I'm able to find that when, okay. I found out that when I'm able to find all the ways that my business is misbehaving, I am better able to actually work on discipline, facilitating direction, and developing the business into something great. That is how legacies are born, both in our children and our businesses. What parenting advice would you give to the owner of your business? I think I like this. I'm not totally sold on it, but I'm going to go with it. It's one post out of the whole week. And I could keep working and developing it more, but I think I like everything else. And then the Sunday was extra credit for our mompreneur games. Cool. Post a win no matter how small, then comment below that you posted. Every person that posts a win in the group within the next 24 hours gets 10 points added to their points for the mompreneur game. Don't forget, winner gets lifetime access, and that's on the 29th. Cool. All right. So I would say, I think this looks good enough for the week. I'm comfortable with these. If you ever want any help with this, by the way, go ahead and click the link in the description. Join the Mompreneur Club, which is where I write these content for. And there's a whole bunch of helpful information in here, and you can DM me from there. And I'm more than happy to hop on a call and see how I can help you out.